How to answer a hypothesis question using my example from Practice Paper 1 2024. So the question says, a psychologist carried out a laboratory experiment into memory. The participants were 60 Year 9 students in a local secondary school. The Year 9 class was split into two conditions using an independent groups design. In condition A, the students had to memorise a list of 40 random words. And condition B, the students were given the same 40 words, but they were sorted into category lists. The psychologist then tested how many words the students could remember from the lists. Write an appropriate non-directional hypothesis for this experiment. So first of all, the key things that we need to pick out in this question are the fact that it's an independent groups design with two conditions, condition A and condition B. And condition A, they used 40 random words, and in condition B, they had 40 words, which were the same, but sorted into category lists. And then the DV here is what they could remember from the lists. The question also states that it has to be a non-directional hypothesis. So first of all, let's remind ourselves what a hypothesis is. It's a prediction of what we think will happen, but it also needs to be precise and measurable. This means we need to fully operationalise or define our variables for it to be an effective hypothesis. So there are three things we need to ask ourselves before writing our hypothesis. The first one is we need to check from the scenario whether it's a test difference or a correlational study. In this case, we can see there are two separate conditions, one with random words and one with words organised into category lists, so it is clearly a test of difference. Next, does the question ask us for a directional or non-directional hypothesis? In this case, it asks for non-directional. This means we don't state the direction of the effect of the IV on the DV. Then when we actually write the hypothesis, we need to mention both conditions of the IV, as it is a test of difference, and it must be fully operationalised. So what this means is it must be fully defined. So if we have a look back at the scenario, we can clearly see that the two conditions here are those who memorise a list of 40 random words and those who memorise a list of the same 40 words but organised into category lists. This means both of these conditions must be mentioned in my hypothesis. So the final thing I need to make sure that I include is my dependent variable and make sure that this is also operationalised fully. So in this case, this is going to be the number of the words that the participants can recall. So now let's put this all together to form an answer. Students who are given a random list of 40 words will remember a different number of words compared to students who are given a list of 40 words sorted into categories. Both conditions of the IV are clearly stated, 40 random words and 40 words sorted into categories.